What's going on, YouTube family? Austin Zabak here, and welcome to another YouTube video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some simple steps to financial freedom, 3 in particular. And I'm actually driving down the road right now, or I'm going to be driving here in just a moment, and we're actually going to be loading an ATM machine, literally an automated teller machine, okay? I actually own a couple of those. I do some real estate stuff, and we do a bunch of stuff on the channel, but at the end of the day, we're going to talk about money, right? And financial freedom, okay? A lot of people say, hey, Austin, look, money doesn't buy happiness. And maybe some people say money does buy happiness, and that is entirely up to you. But what I will say is that not having money can create a lot of problems, right? It can create frustration. You can get upset, you can get angry, and ultimately you're not going to have any options. If you don't have any money, it's very difficult to have options. In that regard, I think to a certain degree, money can help, right? Money can help you out of the situation that you're in. It can provide you options, and it can allow you to make decisions, okay? And that is what we're going to be talking about here today. All right, before I kind of jump into it, first and foremost, I want to talk about the mindset, right? The mindset that it is going to take from you to get out there and to create wealth, right? To create financial literacy, to create financial abundance. A lot of it comes down to your mindset, right? My mentor once told me, hey, Austin, the most expensive real estate in the world that you'll ever own is the 6 inches between your ears, okay? The mindset that you have. So just remember that you have to have an abundance mindset to create money, right? To create financial opportunity in your life. A lot of people, they're living their life in scarcity, right? They're living their life, always thinking that they're never going to have enough, or that they have to save for a rainy day. They're thinking about, the worst possible outcome in every situation. And the reality of it is, you shouldn't be thinking that way, right? You should be thinking about the best possible outcome, right? What can go right? How you can get ahead. Yeah, you should save for a rainy day, but you shouldn't make that your main priority, right? Your main priority should be financial abundance and financial literacy. So first and foremost, what I want you to remember going into this is that no matter what situation that you're in right now, you have to understand that you have to keep a positive mindset right now. And I get that you might be in a bad situation right now. You might be in a situation where you spent some money that maybe you shouldn't have spent, and now you have debt. Now you're in a bad position. Maybe you got laid off from your job. Maybe you're at a job where you don't make a ton of money. Okay, look, there's a lot of different situations that you could be in, a lot of which I've been in before. And I know what it's like to, feel trapped and to feel stuck and to get down and to get hard on yourself and to feel depressed. And the reality of it is, the first step of getting out of that is mindset. Jumping into the actual step number 1, and that is going to be to focus on debt, but furthermore, focus on paying off high interest debt. Okay, so step number 1 to creating financial literacy, to creating financial abundance, is to figure out your debt deal, right? Now again, you might have bought a car similar to the car we're driving in right now, which isn't the best financial investment, okay? I'm able to do that because I actually own this car based off of things that generate money, right? Passive income is how I'm able to pay for these things, but you might not have that yet. And so what you need to understand is that there might be some things that you purchased over the years that weren't the best decision. Now, you obviously can't go back into time. You can't go back and fix that. But what you can do is make better decisions moving forward, okay? Another thing that you can do is to focus on paying off debt that is high interest, right? So you might have a bunch of high interest debt, such as like credit cards and stuff like that. And what I encourage you to do is to focus paying that off, right? So categorize your debt from high interest to low interest and pay off everything high interest first. One of the best things that you can do is to consolidate debt, right? You might actually even be able to go to other credit card companies, get a line of credit, a business loan, a personal loan, and focus on maybe taking out a loan at a lower interest rate to pay off higher interest rate debt, and actually consolidate that debt to where you take maybe 1, 2, or 3 credit cards, combine it into one payment at a lower interest rate, and ultimately you're going to save a lot more money, and you're going to be able to take that money and reinvest it somewhere else where it'll actually make you more money. Number 2 is to make investments, okay? So now you're saving money, you've paid off all your debt, or you paid off at least the high interest debt, you've consolidated, right? At least you have a good mindset moving forward. Now it's like, what do you do, right? At the end of the day, if you have more money at the end of the month and not more month at the end of the money, then you can start to make investments. A lot of people, they get scared and they don't want to make investments. You're going to have to make investments because in life, there's one of 2 ways to make money, right? Number 1, you can trade time for money. And number 2, you can literally put your money to work and have your money make you more money. right? And everybody wealthy in the world that you look up to, whether it's Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, anybody, right? They've figured out a way to get their money to make more money, right? Through investments. Now, what I would encourage you to do in the beginning is to get a little bit more creative with your investments, right? There's a lot of traditional stuff out there, and don't get me wrong, you can do that stuff. You can invest in a Roth IRA. You can invest in the stock market. You can invest in real estate the old traditional way. There's a lot of newer ways to invest your money that will yield a higher return that are a bit more unconventional, but they work with smaller amounts of money. So we're actually pulling up here in a minute to this ATM deal. I'm gonna show you here. You know, a couple $1,000s for me makes me like $300 to $500 a month. Now, you're not gonna hear of an ROI like that in any other industry. I'm telling you right now, it's a bit unheard of, but it's also a bit untraditional and unconventional. Takes a little bit more work, takes a little bit more effort, and I have to get out there and I have to get creative. But again, you know, it's gonna actually allow you to make more money with your money. So get creative, right? Sell Yeezys online, okay? Become a Yeezy dealer, right? You know, invest in things that maybe not a lot of other people are doing. You know, figure out how to invest in real estate with less money down if you don't have as much money. Again, put in a little bit more of your time up front and maybe a smaller amount of money to yield a higher return on your investment. And then later on down the line, you can do stuff a bit more traditional, that's a bit more secured. Okay, so just understand that. You know, in the beginning, get creative, right? And invest your money. Okay, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have a ton of money put in savings, right? You should have a little bit of money put away, and the rest of it you should constantly be investing, because over the course of a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can make a lot of money on your money, right? And at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of people in the world that overestimate what they can do in a month or 2 or 3, and they totally underestimate what they can do in a year, 2 or 3 years. Last but not least, you want an emergency fund, right? So I saved it to the end of the video. You could do it in the beginning, right? You could do it before you make the investments. You could do it before you consolidate your debt. Look, the end of the day, you don't want to get in a scarcity mindset. Totally different than getting in a scarcity mindset. It is just, again, is preparing for the worst, but expecting the best, okay? So, you know, get a few months, right? Set away in a savings account somewhere where you're not stressed out, so you can live in an abundance mindset. You know, a lot of people are stressed out, so all they can think about is scarcity. But if you're not stressed out, then you're able to invest your money, right? You're able to consolidate your debt. You're able to do these other things that create financial literacy, okay? So again, you know, have that money put away and then don't think about it, right? Don't think about worst case scenario anymore, because it isn't that big of a deal, because worst case scenario, you have your emergency fund and it's all going to be good, okay? So guys, I hope you got a ton of value from this video. Understand there's so many different ways to create financial literacy and to create financial abundance in your life. And I just encourage you to get out there and to take action, right? You know, nobody knows what the market is going to do. It is always this cycle. But at the end of the day, no matter what the market's doing, no matter who the president is, no matter what the situation is, you can get out there and you can create financial literacy. If it is to be, it is up to me. It is up to you to make that happen, right? So again, go out there and make that happen for yourself, your family, your future kids, your current kids, and just create abundance in your life, right? Don't let excuses get in the way. Make it happen. You deserve it. I know that for a fact. I'm telling you, if I can do it, so can you. Get out there and make it happen. As always, drop in the comment section down below what you'd like to see in other videos. I'd love to make it for you. And that's it.